Hi, I'm Michaela North, mom of almost 4 in hopefully a few days, affiliate cup champion with the Wasatch Brutes in last year, 2017, and just training through my pregnancy, sort of, fitnessing through my pregnancy, trying to stay healthy and active so I have a easier time recovering this time around than I have in previous pregnancies. So I would say I definitely started off this pregnancy with a very relaxed mindset, like coming right off the games and having it be my first trimester where I was really tired and just feeling all the, first trimester symptoms. I was definitely fine with I was already planning on taking a month or 2 off from really training. So it was an easy, chill first trimester for me. And then from there, as I felt energy again, started to feel better, it's just my focus. It's been easier to keep that focus of just, I want to be active. I really want to enjoy my fitness. I'm not trying to accomplish any crazy physical goals right now, but mostly working out for my mental health and well-being. So I've really enjoyed it. It's been nice taking a more casual approach to my training, like through the Open this year, not feeling any stress, but just enjoying it, being a part of the group and the community. And so that's been a nice change and a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely a big difference. My first pregnancy with the twins, I was considered high risk, so I wasn't able to work out at all. And we did fertility to get pregnant with them. And so I think being a first-time mom on top of it, I was just really nervous about anything. And there were really no resources on like what you should do, what you shouldn't do with pregnancy. So I just I coached through that whole pregnancy, but I didn't do anything really as far as my fitness went. And so getting back in shape with the goal to compete that next season was definitely a challenge. And then I got pregnant with Jack very shortly after having the twins and competed while I was pregnant, but without knowing. That's a whole nother story. So with that pregnancy, since I competed, I think I competed at regionals at about 3 months along. So I definitely was training really hard through that pregnancy and felt really good. Obviously, I found out I was pregnant and I continued to train, and then at about 32 weeks pregnant, I just decided that I was gonna just relax the rest of the pregnancy. And the one thing that I learned in that pregnancy was that working out is so beneficial to my mental and emotional health that like after taking a week or 2 off, I felt really good and recharged. But then another week went by and another week, and I just felt like my energy was lower, my optimism wasn't as high as it normally is. Everything was just a little bit harder through that pregnancy. And so I told myself, when I get pregnant again, I'm going to make sure I stay active through the whole thing and just move and even just keeping your regular routine helps a lot, I think, with your mindset, and because the end of pregnancy can be hard. So having something to look forward to every day, getting your heart rate up a little bit, getting your blood pumping, and feeling those endorphins has definitely helped me a lot this pregnancy to just feel so much better through the end. So I'm looking forward to the postpartum period a lot more this time around. Just a little bit of background with the twins. They were both 6 pounds, and I had a pretty severe umbilical hernia after having them, just from how big my belly got during pregnancy. And then with that, I had pretty severe diastasis recti, which is basically just your abs are separated. And that can cause some issues. Luckily, my core is pretty strong, so I was able to ignore that issue for quite a while and just get back into competing. I didn't really know how to rehab it, so I just kind of ignored it because I wanted to compete. And then moving into another pregnancy, same thing. Those issues probably became a little bit worse with that pregnancy. And I had the goal to compete again. And every rehab program is basically just tells you to walk and not do anything and just do these little like breathing exercises and stuff. And I tried them. It didn't really make sense to me with what I wanted to do. And since I was pain-free, it was easy to just decide like whatever, I'm just not gonna let it affect me. And so this pregnancy, I wanted to be a lot smarter. The first pregnancy, like I said, I didn't work out. The second pregnancy, I did whatever felt good and listened to my body, which you don't even know what to listen for when you're pregnant. You're just used to working out hard. So I did everything. Like I was doing kipping pull-ups, butterfly pull-ups, muscle ups, like fairly late, a lot later than I did this time around. Running, double unders up till 32 weeks, different things like that. Like it felt fine, so I just figured it must be fine. And then this time around, a friend of mine, Lindsay Valenzuela, I know she worked with Brianna Battles through her pregnancy and had really great results. And so I reached out to Brianna Battles this time around, like right when I found out I was pregnant, because I wanted to do it the right way and make sure I was being smart, and not make my abdominal separation worse, and just make sure I was doing everything I should to have a pregnancy that allowed me to be injury-free postpartum, basically. So this pregnancy has been so eye-opening. I've learned so much, and my intent is completely different when I work out now. I still want to get my heart rate up, blood pumping, but I'm not causing strain on my abdominal wall. I'm making sure to not potentially injure my pelvic floor. And then paying attention to other things that are important through pregnancy, like making sure I'm hydrated, obviously. I can breathe through a workout. So that's made a big difference this time around. I've worked with Nick Fowler. He coached us through the games last season, so I wanted to keep working with him and work on weaknesses as much as possible while I was pregnant, with Brianna's guidance along the way. So it's kind of been a collaborative effort. She's, told myself and Nick things that I maybe should be avoiding, things that are good for me to be doing, and then from there he was able to write my programming based off of her recommendations. So I'm so grateful for both of them, and it made things so much easier for me this pregnancy to be able to know I wasn't causing any further issues, but able to continue to do what I love. Oh man, so after, when I was pregnant with the twins, I was like, for sure, the following season, I want to qualify for regionals, I want to qualify for nationals. That's my goal. I'm gonna do it no matter what. And then after Jack, it's pretty similar. Like I wanted to compete at the South region. It was the first time they had the super regionals, so that was my goal. And I felt pretty great doing it. This time around, I feel like I'm a little smarter and have a little bit better perspective. I definitely don't see myself not wanting to compete. Like it's in my nature and it's what I love to do, and I'm not burnt out from it yet. So I would say that I definitely will want to compete. But with that said, I'm understanding that I'm gonna be a mom of 4 and that life could change. And I definitely don't want to put any added pressure on myself to compete. I'll only do it if it sounds like, if it's what my heart wants basically after this, and I feel like it's something I can manage with another addition to the family, and then 3 other little ones. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, just playing it by ear and seeing how I feel. I want to make sure I made an appointment with the pelvic floor physical therapist this time around, so I want to make sure I rehab smartly postpartum, and then as I get back into training, and if things feel good and I'm excited to compete, then I would love to.